My dad, we let a sex offender, a child sex offender, dressed up like a girl, read to the kid. That was probably not the best thing we could do, and we're sorry. That was great. They nailed it.
Soy Boy Koi is 110% organic, non-GMO, gender misogynistic English, identitarian.
And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they should be prosecuted.
Say hello, whoever just showed up.
Members of Congress.
Now, damn it, say hello. Say hello now. Ooh, two people are watching. Who's in the chat? I can see two people are here. So now you have to expose yourself. Not in a weird way. Uh-oh, lost somebody after the exposing thing. Jumped out. Who else is watching? Who's watching? Just gonna wait for some more people to get in here. What's up, people? I'm gonna go live here in 4 minutes. I'm just cleaning up some stuff on the back end.
Don't do that. Just move on.
Glad to have you guys are here. Who's in the chat? Say hello. You can see there's some people out there. Just don't know who.
And just because I actually told the government that if they didn't fire the prosecutor
Who's out there?
into the company that my son was involved in, and he was getting paid $50,000 a year, and he didn't know jack diddly dick about his job. How could you think for a minute that was inappropriate, or that I did anything wrong? Even though I sat and I bragged about the fact I got this guy
Okay.
fired, and I told him I wasn't going to give him money.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Think that I did anything wrong. This is just something dumb. We're entertaining. All these other social media platform people say they struggle with.
Okay. Brett Hitchcocks. What's up? Tony O-Face. Sup, brother? My 5x5 out there, guys. Can you hear me over the intro? Obviously, the intros. But can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me a 5x5. Give me a wave. Give me a 5x5. Yes? No? Maybe. Ooh, we got some good memes to go over. It's gonna be fun times. Yeah, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. I don't think I'm gonna wait the next 3 minutes here. I think I'm just gonna jump in. 1 second. I want to double check something here. Make sure I'm on it. Okay, that's gonna be good. Okay, take that off. All right, let's go. Let's go. Not waiting that extra 3 minutes. I only got the 3 minutes to burn. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to SJG Perspective. I know that was a little much, probably right up in your eardrums. Thank you for hanging out with me on a Friday night. All 5 or 6 of you out there. It's good. We're gonna do a little meme time tonight and cover a few articles that I thought were kind of interesting. and just cover them live, right? We're just going to do it live. And hang out with you guys. So hope you guys' week was decent enough. I hope you guys made it through another week of 2020. If you did, man, it's an accomplishment. It's accomplishment. 2020 keeps trying to screw us over and throw more things at us all the time. And so it's when you can fight through it, and realize that 2021 is just around the corner, it gives you hope. With the exception that 2020 could be more of a shit show. 2020 could be more of a shit show. Oh, we got Rational Wrong Thing. Good day. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. I don't know if you can jump on, Rat, but if you're in a place where you want to jump on, you hit me up and I'll send you over a linksky dinksky, and you can partake if you want to. You let me know, man. Anyways, if 2021 comes, it's gonna. We joke, right? We say 2021 is gonna be better. Whew, I am not so optimistic about that. I think it could be a worse shit show than 2020, actually. Still sounds like a porn, haha. I don't know what that means. Is that my vocals? Am I echoing? Porn? 2021 sounds like... You lost me there. Matey. You lost me there, mate. Mate. You lost me, mate. Shit, mate. You see the size of that crock, mate. That's pretty good, actually. I think that might have been a little better, actually. Yeah. Why don't you just hit me up and let me know, and then we'll figure out here how to get you on, not turn you on. But all right, guys. I didn't have anything set up to really hit the talk about it here in the episode. So why don't we just jump right into some funny the background music? Where's the background music? There's no background music. Is there background music? There shouldn't be background music. Before I go, well, no, we'll just jump into meme time. You're telling me there's background music? Porn pom slang for English people. POM slang for English people. Pom. I don't understand what you're saying, Rational Wrong Thing. Okay? I don't get it. Right now. Don't lie. You know you want me. Okay. Anyways, on that note, why don't we jump into a little... hang on a second. There we go. Meme time with Steven. Yes. Okay, meme time with Steven. All right, first one here we're going to do, I thought was pretty funny. It says, Christmas tree for sale. If you know what that tree is, that's a marijuana tree. Right down here it says, once lit, you will see 3 wise men, 7 dwarves, father of Christmas, and even the reindeer. That's funny because it's weed. That's why. Okay, next one. Beam me the hell out of here, Scotty. Idiots, plagues, poverty, riots, wildfire, locusts, and some bitch named Karen. It's funny. Anyway, you'll play music. I'm not reading that. I gotta stay focused on my meme timing right now, so I probably won't be able to. But I should give shout outs, right? I should give some shout outs to Rational and Brett and Tony, Brett, Rational, and that's it. That's the only people that have actually chatted it up. And we only have 4 people, so there's one person watching that is choosing to stay anonymous for whatever reason. It's all good, though. No big deal. Moving on. Oh, this is funny. Trump stamp, 55 cents, greatest president ever. In a genius move, Trump forces Democrats to lick his backside. It's kind of funny. Sober October, fuck that shit. After this year, I'm on a bender till December. Or a bender to remember. Yeah, it's Betty White, because she's awesome. That's funny. Coming this Christmas, new Hasbro peaceful protest action set. It's funny. Facebook fact checkers hard at work. Eating gnats and checking out the ass of someone else. I mean, that's the one thing that is so true about these fact checkers, you guys, is people need to fact check the fact checkers, because the fact checkers, what they debunk is they basically do what Biden did on the debate. That's been discredited. That's been discredited. They don't go through any kind of actual process factually explaining typically, most of the time, how it's been discredited. And then they will use they will use opinions, more or less, of mainstream media or of this or of that to say why something's been discredited. It's a huge joke. It's a huge joke. Anyways, moving on. Raise your hand if you're tired of this COVID shit. Right here, raising my hand. I'm very tired of it, and it's coming in strong. Trump testing positive for COVID. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know what the play is on this one. I know there's a play. I know there's something behind it. I just don't know exactly yet what it is. But there's something coming. I'm all over the board on what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, did he really get infected with some crazy tinfoil time, like tinfoil hat thinking? Did he really get infected with some crazy actual virus that they're going to use as an assassination attempt and cover for COVID? Or is Trump using this, flip side, is Trump using this to get everybody on the page of wearing masks and for him to be able to come out and say, I was wrong, I didn't wear masks, we should all wear masks and push the vaccine stuff? I'm hoping that's not what it is, but I wonder at times what it is. Is it, is this something that we're getting the citizenry used to having the vice president be president? In the case that Joe Biden happens to win, the coup attempt actually works, the color revolution works, and Biden with the election fraud and voting fraud, and actually Biden wins, because that's the only way he wins. And, Kamala Harris, they're just getting everybody used to the fact that Kamala Harris is going to be your president, because God knows Biden won't make it through a whole term. I don't know, man. I don't know. But they're getting us also ready, ramping it up for lockdown 2.0. Rational knows this is happening. What's up, NorCal? Rational from Australia knows this is happening, the lockdown. I mean, they've gone draconian, full authoritarian draconian laws in Australia, locking everybody down to where, Rational's living back out in the bush like he, used to live, where he likes to live, basically. And there's nothing against that, Rational. That's not it's not a knock against you. You're Australian, bro. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway. But lockdown 2.0 is coming. Get ready for it. It's on the way. They're pushing forward again, for sure. That's you see it everywhere, man. You see it everywhere. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. Joseph Goebbels, Nazi propaganda minister. And then we have all these, obviously, mainstream media outlets that push lies at us non-stop. It's not even a conspiracy or a joke or a thought anymore. It's the facts. We are lied to constantly. It is a constant stream of lies, and more lies. He refused to condemn hate groups, Biden pointing at Trump. In the meanwhile, the left is on fire, pretty much. And all of their supporters, from Antifa, Black Supremacy, Defund the Police, Punch Nazis, Kill Cops, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 right? And it's Trump who refuses to condemn hate groups, which he has repeatedly condemned. I didn't put that up of that Bob Woodward. Was it Bob Woodward or whatever that guy was, the press, one of those journalists in the press secretary who was hassling McKinney, Kayleigh McKinney, whatever, the press secretary chick, a little hottie there for the press secretary. It is so blatant, and they push it, and they push it, and they push it. It's just insane to me. I think we have another meme covering it coming up. Whenever there's a big story in the media, look for the story they're trying to distract you from. On and on and on, man. This is so damn true. So damn true. Every time there's some push in the media, if you really look behind the scenes, I guarantee you, there's something more important that's going on that they're distracting you from. All the time happens. Roberts' last name. Oh yeah, John Roberts. Thank you, Animal Pete. Welcome to the stream. NorCal Patriot, welcome to the stream. I've said welcome to everybody else. Glad to have you guys here. Moving on. This one here is funny. The Babylon Bee. Media slams Trump for not condemning white supremacy in the last 12 seconds. Trump has not condemned racism in the last 12 seconds. U.S. Trump has been criticized for failing to fully condemn white supremacy for the last 12 seconds. Trump made a clear condemnation of supremacy 12 seconds ago, but it wasn't enough. Yes, Trump condemned white supremacy 12 seconds ago, but his silence in the 12-second sense has been deafening, said Rachel Maddow. He's finally showing his true colors. Trump spent 4 hours this morning condemning the KKK, Nazis, Hitler, the Proud Boys, racism, Confederacy, and all forms of racism were everywhere at any time. But, as the media was quick to point out, he has been completely silent on these issues for nearly a quarter of a minute. He keeps showing us who he is. It's time we believe him, Maddow said before screaming at the sky for the remainder of her broadcast. I should do just a whole segment of reading like The Onion and Babylon Bees. Those are just, that's so great, man. That's just so great. I love it. Moving on. Eric July tweeted, there was a tweet that went out. Dear Red States, from Lanny Davis, we're leaving. We've decided we're leaving. We intend to form our own country. We're taking the other blue states with us. That includes Hawaii, California, Oregon, New Mexico, and Washington. Eric July tweets back, your terms are acceptable. Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Absolutely would be wonderful. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fascism, Nazism, communism, and socialism are only superficial variations of the same monstrous theme, collectivism. A quote by Ayn Rand. Very wise woman. Didn't agree with everything she thought. Don't agree with all of her philosophies, but she's was a very good philosopher and a great thinker, and well said. And it's so true. I'm going to say it again. Fascism, Nazism, communism, and socialism are very superficial variations of the same monstrous theme, collectivism. And when we look at Agenda 2030, when you look at the Great Reset, when you look at the Civil Society 2.0 or Open Society, right? When you look at what is being pushed right now, the one thing that ties all those stuff together, it just so neatly, is collectivism, man. It's not about the individual, it's about the collective. It's not about your individual rights, it's about the collective good. It's about the overarching good. And if that means we have to sacrifice your individual rights and freedoms and liberties for the collective good, well then that's the good thing that we need to do. That's why they're trying to take America down. That's why socialism and communism and Marxism and all these isms are being pushed right now in camouflaged ways a lot of times, and in the bigger picture, right? I mean, just blatantly, but even in a camouflaged ways like Agenda 2030, the Green New Deal, all of these, the Green New Deal too, the Great Reset, all of these things. What they're pushing is we need to bring them. We need to bring America to its knees. It's got to get on the page with globalism. We have to unite under globalism. And if you have a strong America, right, a superpower America, an independent America with a constitution that pushes liberty and freedom, liberty and justice for all, that people, make their own, Rat's ready here. Hang on one second, Rational. You push something like, what I'm looking for here. You can't have a complete America, right? You can't have that independent America and push these things. That's why we're seeing the destruction of that. Okay, so let's take 1 second here. I want to bring Rational Wrongthink in. And since we're bringing Rational Wrongthink in, I think if I have his in here, I'm going to give you this for a second. We'll come back to these memes once I get Rational in here. So I'm going to give you a 60-second timeout, and we're bringing Rational in. And this little next break is dedicated to Rational Wrongthink. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get Rational Wrongthink on. He's Australian, if you didn't know.
You see, it's man. It is man.
Okay. Answer the phone, Rational. Crying out loud. hell, Rational? Rational Wrong Think, where are you? Rat, get in on the call, bro. I just hangouted you. Can't you do that? Rational Wrong Think. Okay, Rational, where are you at, man? I just invited you in, bro. Where are you? Rational Wrong Think. Send link to Discord. Rational, send link to Discord. I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know how to do that, Rational Wrong Think. Why can't you just get in the video call? You just texted me on here. Why can't you just open up the video call, bro? It's going right now. We're in a video call. Why can't you just open that video call? Why can't you do that, Rational? Why is that too hard? Okay. I'm going to give you one more promo break, guys, and then I'm going to try to do one more thing here. Sub break, no break video. Okay. I'm going to give you this, guys, then we're going to come back. Hopefully.
Late at night, it's a faking crime by justice.
Imagine an audio collection of parody songs designed to trigger the safe place
There he is.
snowflakes of the most easily offended among us.
Okay, hang on.
Experience one of the best collections. in
Yeah, just hold up right there.
Parody troll music.
Can you hear me?
Direct from SJG
Okay.
Perspective Productions comes the Patriot
Making him
Parody
slow.
Troll Leftist Aneurysm-Inducing Collection. Have a laugh with Ice Ice Baby. Or ponder the truth of media lies with Tell Me Lies. You might need to take a shower after listening to Super Creep. No other collection will bring joy and tears of laughter to the ears of the conservatives, while simultaneously bringing tears of frustration and anger to the SJWs and the leftists among us. To receive your
You can hear me?
collection,
Can you hear me?
like, share, and subscribe to
Ah,
SJG
yeah, yep,
Perspective,
Okay.
and receive access
You just
to
can't hear the
latest
music.
content and much, much more. Don't wait; it could
Sorry?
disappear at any
You just can't hear the music.
Subscribe today.
All right. We're back to meme time with Steven, guys. And I think we got Rational Wrong Think in here. Hopefully I put him in the right. There he is. Oh, Rational Wrong Think. How are you, man? Can you...
Not
can
too
you,
bad, mate. How are you?
Okay, can everybody hear Rational out there? Talk again, my friend.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Good to be here. Been a while.
Yeah, you're coming through. So sweet, man. It has been a while, dude. It's definitely been a minute. How are you doing? Well, here, we got another. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, I can't count. Oh, we got about 10 memes. Why don't we go through the memes and then we'll catch up on what's going on in Australia? Sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
I wonder if I have a delay because I know Australians are a little slower on the uptick, but it seems like there's a bit of a delay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bust on you all the time, dude. Actually, I do mean to bust on you all the time, but that's because I love you. Okay. All right. Okay. So
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man.
everyone out there who thinks
Getting used to the new technology.
Okay, good. Well, you look good. It looks right. I mean, you look as good as you can, but I mean, I need to quit being a dick, dude. I'm sorry, man. I know. That makes me feel better. You need to do that, dude, because I'm like giving you shit here, and you're being too nice back to me. This is the way Rational and we relate, though, and we show love for one another, not in a homo way, right? But so all of you guys out there that think I'm too hard on him, no pun intended.
We don't show love in a homo way on camera anyway.
Yeah, that comes after. That's the after party. Okay.
And
So
you do not want to see that.
This is a funny meme right here. It says, if adults can do this, right, getting food passed through the drive-through, kids can do this, trick-or-treating. It's little memes like this that point out the absurdity of the rules that we are seeing, draconianly thrown upon us. You know what I mean? Rational?
Yep.
Thanks for the-
thanks
for-
I know exactly what you're saying.
I know. I'm like, thanks for the very enlightening and commentary. You're like, yep. All right, moving on. Damn it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, it's absolutely absurd because kids don't even get this bloody virus, do they? Or
No.
extremely rarely get the virus. And if they do get it, they don't pass it on to anybody. And yet we're saying kids can't do stuff that adults can do because kids won't get the virus and therefore somehow they're more dangerous than adults who can get the virus and pass it on.
Yeah,
The
right.
Orwellian retardation is just so massive on this thing. But yeah, I'm
Exactly.
looking forward to getting into talking about what's going on here in Australia because
Okay.
it's insane.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I want to hear about this. So let's get through some more of these. 2020 got Michael out here like this, disinfecting his knives. Can you see the memes, or are they too small for you? Can you see it?
I'm seeing parts of them, like they're kind of cropped at the top and the bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's what they're supposed to be. It's because there's nothing. Oh no, I guess. Oh, sorry. 2020 got Michael out here like this, cleaning his shit. I just thought that was funny, so I put it up
It
there.
is good.
It's pretty funny, man. It's okay. I'm the same way. Went on a date for the. Oh, sorry. I can't read chats right now. I'll read them after this because otherwise I'll get distracted. Biden, America, and Trump. Have you seen that movie Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I have. It's a good movie.
It is funny. I thought they only let people in Australia watch Crocodile Dundee, but apparently that's a misnomer. So
Yeah, mate. Look, I've even got the Croc Dundee hat on today.
You do. Looking sharp, bro. Looking sharp. Okay. So this is funny. Hold on, Joe. Let me answer this one. Chris Wallace. It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true. Okay. Go ahead.
He's such a wanker, that guy.
Dude, he is such a dick. He is such a cheese. My wife didn't know who he was because she follows what's going on with the news, obviously, and all that, but she doesn't know all the pundits by name or whatever. You know, more like maybe I do because I totally follow all the shit. But she kept calling him Glasses all night. She's like, "What is Glasses doing interrupting the president and answering for Joe? This is ridiculous. I can't even watch this anymore. This is so stupid." She was getting so worked up. I was like, "It's okay, babe. It's okay." But it was funny. She was really getting into it. Anyway. Moving on.
She clearly doesn't watch Trump just doing a normal presser or anything because that's all it is, isn't it? It's just Trump being interrupted by rude little children.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, when we used to watch when the COVID stuff first started happening, we would always every day we were watching the news press conferences, and to finally we just were like, it's the same old shit pretty much every day. But yeah, it was the same stuff then. It was just like these are the stupidest questions from the most assholish of peoples. Was on Epstein's. Yeah, I bet he was on Epstein's island. This is The Rock getting fondled by Joe, rather. It's good stuff right there. He's rubbing his titties. That's nice. I thought that's funny. So this is hilarious. I love this one. And I'll kind of try to do it in the Chris Farley voice. It goes, you remember when Trump restricted travel from China 1 week after the first case of COVID in the U.S. and then Nancy said he was a racist and invited everyone to Chinatown and then you told us not to wear masks. That was awesome. That's my best Chris Farley, which was not that good. But this meme's so funny because it's so true, man. All the craziness of the flip-floppery is pretty staggering. Pretty staggering. Anyway.
Yes, it's the only thing they've been consistent in is changing what they tell us that we should be doing every couple of days.
Yeah.
Like masks went from being ineffective to dangerous to suddenly being mandatory. Well,
Yeah.
At least they are here for us in the police state of what I now call Oz-Chinistan, because that's
Right.
what we have become.
Yeah.
We're an absolute police state here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Chris Farley is not alive. And Chris Matthews, unfortunately, is. So I don't know. You asked Animal Pete if Chris is alive, and Chris Farley is no longer with us. He, I think, coked himself out and died. So he was funny. There, I fixed it. No more global warming. It's a mask on the tailpipe. It's kind of funny. You're leaving me hanging on some of these where I'm expecting laughter ahead of time, and maybe these aren't that great. This is hilarious from Bird Box on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that show, Rational, but it was a big, popular show. I figured you did.
No, I haven't seen that one. No, sorry, mate.
It was a big, popular show on Netflix for, back when the pandemic kicked off. But it says, FBI when a Democrat is exposed for running a massive voter fraud racket. It's funny.
Yeah. Illinois, man. Gotta love that.
Oh, I know,
shit, don't
dude.
you?
It's insane. It's crazy. I know. They just ignore it. Mr. Vice President, please. It's my turn to debate the president. It's another one for Chris. You fucking weasel. God.
The funny thing is, I honestly think he was the one. Like, I don't think anybody won that debate, but Chris Wallace is the one who lost it the most severely, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Biden did badly, but Wallace, he is the worst debater I've ever seen.
He is.
Just shut up and let those two thrash it out, you know.
Yeah.
He really,
yeah.
I mean, he did help Biden, but at the same time, he was just so inept. I don't think he came out of it looking good.
No, and I mean, I did.
I don't think anybody thinks he was neutral, do they?
No. Not anybody who's being honest and isn't, is being honest. They're not. They know he wasn't in a neutral position. The one thing I did talk about on my drive time video, I think it was the last video I put up right at the day after the debate, was basically that. Yeah, I don't really think anybody really won the debate. I think ultimately Trump looked stronger, but in some ways, I feel like he's really screwed up, and I'm like, why? You could have teed these up so easily and perfectly, and just put the ball in Joe's side of the court and let him try to hit it back to you. But he bullied him too. I get what he was doing. He was trying to push him to get him to gaff up and to fall down and all that and get him frustrated. And I get it. And I think a part of that or a portion of that would have been good, right? A portion of that would have been acceptable and right. But he just kept running over the top of him, and Joe didn't even have to answer it. And he could just be like, shut up, man. This guy's a clown. And he could respond in a way that just let Joe off the hook. And between the way he handled some of those questions and Joe and Chris was serving up the softballs and saving Joe, it was like, geez, that was a really wasted opportunity. It was
and he had a few great opportunities to really smack Biden hard. Like when Biden lied about not supporting the Green New Deal, when it's on his website that he does, when he said that he was supported by the police, when pretty much every police group has come out in support of Donald Trump, and the police are not supporting a guy who was saying we need to defund the police, and he's got, his supporters are out there killing police at the moment, shooting them just walking up randomly, shooting cops in the face.
Yeah.
Like Trump really had an opportunity to go after him on those things, and if he had have held back and not gone so hard right from the beginning on pretty much everything, that would have given him some real impetus when he did actually intervene, because he would have had, he needed to have a few key points where he wanted to really rip into Biden and then just let Biden waffle the rest of the time, and it would have been good. So he got close. I think his tactic was okay, but it was very poorly implemented.
Yeah.
And going after Biden was great.
Yeah. But there's a better way to go after him. And it's like, again, it makes me wonder and I got to say, my tinfoil hat in this is like, did he not, I don't get it, man. Was he just not smart enough to know that he could have simultaneously made himself look like a good guy, like a Trump, he could have been presidential. He could have been still strong, an alpha male, and still just totally dominated the conversation if he would have just sat back and just questioned Joe. And when Joe gave an answer, question that answer. And when Joe gave that answer, dig a little deeper on that. He would have got Biden completely off script. Biden would have gaffed up. Biden would have locked up. Trump wouldn't have looked like he was punching down. And Biden would have just looked like an absolute idiot. And instead, he walked out of there without any major gaffes and looking like he did decently. And now that now that Trump's got the COVID, right? And Biden is going to both have, I'm not going to debate with him. He's been sick with COVID, and I'm not going to debate with him because he's not worth debating with. He just wants to yell and scream. And now he's going to get out of having to debate him again, which I don't know. I just think it was a really missed opportunity, but I don't know. It is what it is.
I agree there. I think Trump got about 60% of it right, but it was the 40% that he got wrong that was really badly wrong.
Yeah,
and that has kind of, that it may not have damaged him with Trump supporters. I come away from it thinking, okay, well, it was a poor performance, but he hasn't lost my support in any way. I mean, he'd still be getting my vote twice if I was in the US.
Right.
Vote for him in person and by mail.
You fraudulent voter, you. Nah. So this is a good little one. It says, Dad, what is hate speech? And Calvin's dad's Calvin and Hobbes, right? And Calvin says, Dad, what is hate speech? Calvin's dad says, that's a term used by communist governments and repressive corporations to justify censorship of ideas that contradict their messages.
That should be in the dictionary.
Seriously.
That is the definition there.
That is the definition of hate speech right there. Understanding Democrat terms 101. Democrat socialism equals socialism. Toxic masculinity equals straight white male. Political correctness equals controlling speech. Assault weapons equal any gun. Identify as equals pretending to be. Pro-choice equals legalized murder. Undocumented equals illegal or new voter. News reporting equals liberal talking points. Climate change equals another tax opportunity and control opportunity. Inequality equals your money should be theirs. Racist, fascist, and Nazi equals anybody who disagrees with liberals. It's very true.
Perfect.
Perfectly said. That should also be right in there. That should be the next definition. It's right there. It says, this is a good one. It goes, I am forming a political party called Do Good Things. We plan to commit arson, riot, loot, physically attack, and intimidate anyone who disagrees with our platform. What? You object? How could you object to good deeds? It literally is in our name.
I wonder what that's a reference to.
Yeah, I wonder what that is in reference to. God, that's a good one too, man. Such a well said statement. Truth is treason in the empire of lies, Ron Paul. Speaking of Ron Paul, did you see him stroke out? See that video of him stroking out?
Nah.
Oh,
No,
dude.
completely missed that one.
Dude, I love Ron Paul.
I
And
saw Nadler shit himself.
what's that?
I
No,
saw Nadler shit himself.
yeah, I know. No,
that was
Ron
gold.
Ron Paul literally, I wonder if I could find it here. He literally stroked out on camera. I mean, literally he didn't have a stroke. Apparently he didn't have a stroke, but he was here. Let me just find it. It's like a 20-second clip. Let me find it real quick. I'll show it to you. You won't be able to hear it. But I'll do the volume for you so you can hear what he's saying here. Ron Paul, Ron Paul stroke. I'll just go with that one. Go with the 20-second one here. Here it is, right here. Okay.
Liquidated. We have to get rid of that. That's a bird.
Okay. Okay, so he goes, liquidate. We gotta get rid of that. And then you'll watch him, right? And he starts going, "Mer, mer, mer." I'm not even making this up. Well, liquidate. We gotta get rid of that. You know, and then we get it literally is what he sounds like. So let me play it.
Liquidated. We have to get rid
Watch
of
his
that.
face.
That's a bird.
Right, burp. Burp, burp. Oh, wait, this is some other. Hang on. That's a dumb one. You didn't hear that, but there was somebody superimposed sex sounds over the top of that. I apologize, everyone out there listening in real time. That was not the one that I. Here, let's try this.
Kind of a stroke.
Yeah. That was.
Liquidated. We have to get rid of that.
Okay.
That's a bird.
Burp.
What kind of stroke, brother?
Is it burp? Is it burp? Monsieur. And then this guy's like, Ron, Dr. Paul?
Dr. Paul?
Are you okay, Dr. Paul? Dr. Paul, are you okay? He's like, literally, they cut to this guy and he's like, holy shit. Rand Paul is stroking out on us live. It was insane. So my wishes to Rand Paul that he gets better and that I love Rand Paul, but he was like, whew, man, it was a scary one, dude. He really wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't good. Anyway.
That's not how I want to go, man. I do
No.
not want to go live to the world.
No, right, yeah. Or Nadlering yourself like that, dude. I played that. Yeah. I played that one. I played that one last stream, man. Nadler. He literally looks like, and I don't know if he did because obviously we'll never know that, but that he shit himself, dude, and it was and I loved it. I can't stand that prick, man. Ugh. Okay,
There's
so
gotta be a parody song in that.
oh, dude, we should think so. We should think
When
on
I
that.
think about Trump, I shit myself. Whoa.
I shit myself. That is what it should be. I am writing that down so I don't forget about it right now. Nadler, I'm literally writing that down. Nadler shitting parody. I gotta write this down. Parody. When I think about you, when I think about you, I shit myself. When I think, okay. Oh, that's awesome, Rat. That's perfect. We need to work on that. I'll brainstorm with you on that offline. Okay, this one here.
Cheers.
When a clown is juggling to entertain me, I'm not interested in their opinions on politics or social justice. The same goes for the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB. Just juggle, clown. Just juggle.
Yeah, that's perfect. One thing I have to say about the Aussies, man, our sports people haven't got into the BLM virtue signalling like our main football codes here. They did it once and then they moved on, and our cricketers refused to do it entirely. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. Look, our politics is insane, but a lot of the people here aren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do another quick break here. This isn't the best of my breaks. I need to get some updated breaks going. But I'm going to do another break, and then we're going to come back with Rational. We're going to talk about what's going on in Australia. If you don't know, he's Australian. Don't let that make sure you guys stick around, because it's going to be good. I've already lost a couple people. See, I say you're from Australia, and I lose people, Rat. I don't know why this is. They just started getting out of here, but it's going to be good, you guys. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in Australia, and Rat's going to fill us in on it. So stick around. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hey everybody, got 30 seconds to do this. So what I want to tell you is that I really need you to follow me. You need to follow me on Parler, Minds, BitChute, Twitch, DLive, Twitter, Perspective SJG. Everything else is SJG Perspective, and Twitter's Perspective SJG. Don't ask me why Twitter's weird. But do that because there could come a day when YouTube just doesn't want to have me around anymore, and they just decide to delete my channel. Oh, and one final thing in the next 6 seconds. Please go to the About page of my channel. The About page of my channel. And you will see email link down in the About page of my channel. Hit that, pulls up a form, give me your email address. I promise you I'm never going to share it with anybody else. This was only supposed to be 30 seconds. I want it to be less than a minute. Here we go. I'm done. And now back to the show. Have a great night. Bye. Oh yeah, P.S. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to do that. Like and share it.
All right, back to the show. We're on live with Rational Wrong Think. We decided to get him on last minute because he was around, and I like to hear his thoughts on stuff. So, Rat, tell me, man, what has been going on in Australia, dude? The lockdown is in full swing there, is it not?
Yeah, it is in some places. So, like in Victoria, for example, we've had I think we've probably had the most bungling.
Hang on, stop for 1 second. Sorry, I'm going to redo that segment, and then I'm going to start recording it so that I have it recorded so I can put it up later. I can put this up as a segment, okay? So I'm going to pretend like we're doing it live. I'm going to pretend like I'm. All right. All right, welcome back to the show, guys. I have a good friend of mine on, Rational Wrong Think. He lives in Australia, where right now it's some pretty crazy authoritarian rule going on there. So we decided last minute to get him on. This isn't scripted, and we'll just pick his brain on what's going on over there in Australia. So welcome back, dude. It's been a minute since I've had you on.
Yeah, cheers, mate. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So tell me.
So just for the people who don't know, we've had in Victoria, in Australia, one of the most bungling, incompetent, probably criminally corrupt political regimes that we've ever seen in a modern democracy outside of the previous, Democrat regime of Obama. So what we've got going on at the moment is the government here in Victoria, after hopelessly bungling the quarantining of people who are coming back in from overseas, they decided rather than using people who were qualified for the task, that they would use people who were from non-English speaking backgrounds, non-white people and others, and pay them large sums of money because it's a diversity thing to look after the people who are coming back into hotels and going into quarantine. And what that led to, of course, was a whole group of people who were not qualified at their job, didn't understand what they were doing, who then interacted with and even had sex with some of the people who were locked down in quarantine, sharing cigarettes with them and that kind of thing. Some of those people then got infected. That then got out into the entire state, or mainly in the city, admittedly, and hence why I'm wearing the hat, because I'm out in the middle of nowhere, because I'm prepping for bad days, because I think it's going to get pretty bad here. But anyway, so we had a lot of people that got infected because of the bungling, bovine, PC incompetence of this idiot that we have in Victoria. Everybody might as well know that. And what he's done is, rather than accepting accountability for his own bovine incompetence, he's decided that he wants to create a law, which has now passed one of our houses of parliament, where he can deputise anybody that he wants to become an authorised officer And what they can do is they can arrest and detain someone like me for an indefinite period of time just because they think that if I got coronavirus, even though I don't have it, but if they think I could get it, that I might spread it to other people. And they can lock me up indefinitely. They can hold me indefinitely.
So hang on a second.
That's where we're at now.
So how does it work over there in Australia land? Is it the governor? Is it the mayor? Is it who is this? Can you name this person? I mean, I could probably look it up. Who is he?
Dan Andrews. So he's the premier of the state. So we have our federal government, and then we have our state government that sort of, like you got Victoria, New South Wales, we're broken down into states. And so we have a state leader, and they are responsible for implementing a large amount of the law that people live under in those respective states.
Okay.
Right, so he has put this law out there, and it has passed the first House of Parliament. So there's only one House of Parliament.
So let me get this straight again. Let me get this straight. So he literally, there's a law he's passed, and it's passed one House of Parliament. It's probably like it's gone through what would be considerable or comparable to our side is we have the House and the Senate. So it's gone through the House. It still needs to go through the Senate before it gets signed into law.
Yep.
Okay, but this law states that he can deputize any Joe Blow he wants to basically be a brown shirt that will go around and say, hey, this person here, if they were to catch COVID, they would spread it around because either they don't believe in the COVID, they're not playing by the rules, they're whatever, for whatever reason they like yellow balloons, and yellow balloons mean that people will spread COVID. So we can arrest this person who doesn't have COVID and who we don't exactly know for sure what they would do, but we think they would do this. We can arrest this person and hold them indefinitely?
Yep, that is the law.
What are we missing? Why isn't this? I don't know why I haven't heard this more clearly spelt out like that. That's insane.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to lead to, if this passes, and I've got to be careful what I say here because I'm probably a prime candidate for having someone turn up on my doorstep. If that does happen, I will consider that person an existential threat, and it's on. I will not accept living in a Nazi state. Again, that's why I'm out. That's why I'm out in the bush in the middle of nowhere, because of things like this. I saw this crap coming, and it's like, no, this cannot be allowed to go on. So this is not a threat against anybody that is, because this law hasn't passed yet. But if this law passes, I will no longer consider my government to be legitimate, and I will do whatever I need to do to protect my freedom. That's where it's at. This is an outrageously offensive thing, and the guy who is currently mishandling the running of this state, he needs to be removed from office.
Wow, that is insane.
I'm being as polite as I can be about this. I try not to swear, but I tell you, dude, I am beyond furious right now.
I can imagine.
This is despicable. What's being done to us? Like, this idiot wants, like, he can get his people, like Labor Party people.
And who's the Labor Party? Would that be liberals over here? Labor Party?
Yeah. That's the they're the mates of the Democrats. They're the kinds of people who go to Epstein's Island. Okay. So so he can deputise his own people to come after people who wouldn't vote for him and lock them up under this legislation. Like, even left-wing media here in Australia have said that this is a little bit of overreach. Only a little bit of overreach, mind you, because they know that they're safe.
Well, they've already, for people that were, I've seen on the news, like the pregnant lady who got arrested because she was planning a protest rally that people were going to wear masks, they were going to social distance, but they were going to go out en masse and protest against the masks and the draconian laws that were being pushed down. And so, is that correct? That's what happened, right?
Yep. And a member of the media as well, Avi Yemeni, he also got...
Avi Yemeni did?
Yeah, for going to one of the protests. Yeah, he got arrested. So,
I remember seeing one of his posts.
Yeah, again, the insanity of what's going on here. So it was okay for Black Lives Matter to protest, and the reason why our top policeman came out, police officer came out and said the reason why it was okay for Black Lives Matter to be involved in protests was because we'd seen them around the world looting and rioting and burning and engaging in acts of violence, and so we wanted to placate them. But the people like me who actually want to see our country up and running, we say quarantine those who are vulnerable and let everybody else live their lives the way a responsible society would. We are not people who are going to engage in acts of violence. We're not going to riot, loot and burn, and we're not going to shoot or attack police, because we actually defend and support the police. And so therefore he is going to send his minions in the police force out to engage in acts of violence against us. So they had a group of protesters who went to a market in Melbourne, and the police came in with their riot gear, and I think they had horses as well, and it was just an absolute shit show. But the reason that they're coming after us so hard is because they know that we're not violent. And when I say we, I'm not involved in the protests, but I mean, I'm one of the people who opposes these insane lockdowns and opposes this insane law that he wants to get put through. So yeah, that's where we're at. And because we don't have free speech, you remember when I used to wear the mask? Well, this is why. Right. So we're getting really, really badly screwed here. And I know, potentially I could get arrested just for saying what I've said here.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
It's just reality.
That's so crazy to me. Your voice is still coming through. Okay, it's a little glitchy, but you're still there with us, so it's good. But there's been a lot of people in Australia, and this is mostly in the state of, or the province of Victoria. Is it happening in other parts of Australia, or just in Victoria right now?
Well, it's nowhere near as bad anywhere else, but we have had situations where, for example, there was a young girl from Queensland who wanted to go and see her father, who was about to die of cancer, and the premier, so the person who runs the state, refused to let them in. There was a guy who was about to die of cancer. He had 4 children, I think it was, and the governor of the state said that the children can't come in, and all of the kids are under the age of 13, and they were told, no, look, you can't come in, you can't see your father, even though he's about to die of cancer. Tough titties. That's life. And there was a bit of an uproar about that, and so they changed their mind. And the premier of the state said, "Okay, we'll let one of the children in. Pick one of his 4 children under the age of 13, and they can come in and see their father before he dies. But all the others, no, they can lick my balls." That's where we're at in this country. It's infuriating.
Wow. So you actually. Go ahead.
All this over a virus that the average age of people that die from it is 80 in this country. And most of the ones who die, even when they are old, also have what they call comorbidities other than just old.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the way it is.
We're being played, we're being lied to, we're being shit on by our political class.
Yeah.
And it's there's hate brewing out here where I am, man. No one's buying this bullshit. No one.
But you guys don't have any, other than a few shotguns and hunting rifles, you guys don't have any kind of way to really rise up against it.
No, we don't.
Wow.
No. Now you know why I've been saying for a long time that I love your First and Second Amendment. I didn't think we'd need it this quick. You can read the writing on the wall, and you can see that we were becoming increasingly less free right across the West. But this COVID 1984, as I like to call it, is being used to just take away what little freedom we had left. And it's not a good place to be. I'm just.
So now you say you're living. I don't want you to divulge where, but you are literally living out in the bush. Like right now, are you? Is this your normal house that you normally are at? I mean, that we always in the past have talked about.
No, where I am now. No, I'm actually somewhere that's got a few more people in it. But no, normally I'm living in a place where. There's not sort of 50 people within a 50-mile radius of me. So I'm right out in the bush now.
Are you renting a place out there?
Style, man.
I mean, are you
full crop?
Yeah, but
no.
So right now, though, are you just at a friend's house, or are you just at a where? I mean, how are you broadcasting to us right now?
Yes, I'm at someone's house.
Okay.
Yeah, like at a friend's house. Yeah.
Okay. Are they on board with bugging out too? What's going to be your sign to fully bug out, and go like live in Crocodile Dundee style? If it passes.
Look, I'll talk to you about this offline. I really don't want to talk about it here, because there's quite a few of us that are involved in in this thing, and so I'm sort of out, laying the groundwork in case everything does go horrifically sort of pear-shaped. So, I'd rather kind of not
Okay,
discuss
that's
it here
fine.
because
Yeah. No, I get it.
Sorry.
But what was I gonna say on? There was a note on that I was gonna say, but shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, no, I get it, man. I get it. That's oh, I know what it was. Is the trigger point gonna be if the law passes? That's when you're pulling the pin and going, or is that still something you want to talk about offline?
Yeah. Look, it's really difficult to pinpoint it exactly. Like I'm looking at this from the viewpoint of, when you see the rioting that's going on in the UK, you see what's going on in France and Sweden and Germany, and we know that there's that certain peaceful religion that has got armed, militants who are trained that are all through these places in the tens of thousands, and you see what's going on in the US, and you think the chances of war with China is growing.
Yeah.
There's a chance that this thing turns into a complete shit show where we end up in a war and a sort of a Western boogaloo. I do think the chances are really high. So when that kind of thing happens, the way that I would be looking at it is, at some point in there, some of the people that I'm kind of linked to are going to say, all right, we need to get out. We need to, work out our options on where we go from here, and then we go to the bug out place, and then we work from there. We just sort of see what happens from there. So that's basically the plan.
Are you guys, like Modus Operandi said here, throw a spider at them? Are you guys storing up a bunch of funnel web spiders and whatnot right now?
Yeah, mate. Yep.
Those funnel web spider bombs and whatnot to throw at them, glass jars that explode when they. I mean, you have no shortage of animals that can kill you, so you could you set up all kind of boogie traps out there. Or booby traps.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing the it was a Dr. Dolittle that used to talk to animals. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm out there. I'm spider whispering and snake whispering. I'm bringing them all in and saying, when they come for us, you're the first line of defense.
Jeez.
We feed them, we look after them.
Oh man, dude, that is some craziness right there. Okay, here. Let me take another 60-second timeout. Some of you guys already saw this one, so you guys can go to the bathroom. We take 60 seconds. We're going to come back and go over a couple different articles with Rat, and these are just articles that I had. We'll go over one or two of them. So we'll be back in 60 seconds. Hold tight. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I want to make sure I can get the next segment.
Play late at night. It's a faking crime by Jesse's boys.
Imagine an audio collection of parody songs designed to trigger the safe place snowflakes of the most easily offended among us. Experience one of the best collections in conservative parody troll musical memes. Direct from SJG Perspective Productions comes the Patriot Parody Troll Leftist Aneurysm Inducing Collection.
The title really rolls off the tongue.
Ice, Ice Baby. Or ponder the truth of media lies with Tell Me Lies. You might need to take a shower after listening to Super Crib. No other collection will bring joy and tears of laughter to the ears of the conservatives, while simultaneously bringing tears of frustration and anger to the SJWs and the leftists among us. To receive your collection, like, share, and subscribe to SJG Perspective and receive access to this content and much, much more. Don't wait. It could disappear at any moment. Subscribe today.
Okay, and we're back, man. There he is, showing off his manly chest and whatnot. All right, guys, thank you for joining us, and we're back with SJG Perspective. So this is some breaking news that just came through. Trump does not require supplemental oxygen and started on remdesivir, antiviral medication, White House physician says. Well, that's kind of good to know. This whole thing, guys, this whole thing with Trump and the COVID, we touched on it on the meme time thing. I don't know what the play is on this. I think there's some sort of play at hand. I don't know exactly what it is, but to me, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of ways you could look at it that are weird. Like, why did Trump even let this information out? I mean, Why would, to me, that's just weird. Why would you even let all this information out that you have it and that you're going to the Walter Reed, and that if he wants to play this down like this isn't that big of a deal, because we all know this is not that big of a deal. He essentially has a cold right now. He has the sniffles and, whatnot. This COVID stuff is a scam. It is not anything crazy, lethal and scary. Why is he even letting it play up is one of the questions I have. It's like, I don't get that.
Well, because I think with the way that things leak to the media, if he didn't say anything about it,
True.
the media would find out about it. And so that would just be bad for Trump. So I don't really think that he's got a choice. He's got plenty of people around him that are willing to act like snakes.
Yeah, I know.
I suspect that that's the issue.
Speaking of snakes, Tom Arnold. Actor Tom Arnold shares Trump aide's personal cell phone number hours after she tests positive for COVID-19. Twitter takes no action. Check this out. Outspoken liberal actor Tom Arnold tweeted out what he claimed was Hope Hicks' personal cell phone number after news broke she was positive with COVID-19. And Twitter has taken no action against him. Can you even imagine if this was anybody on the right that tweeted out somebody's actual phone number, politically minded? The outrage and the absolute backlash that would cause. It's just the hypocrisy is deafening on this one. Deafening.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's something that happens so often that we just expect it now, and we really shouldn't. We really need to get better at getting that left-wing outrage mob going. I think we need to start up a bloody hashtag dump the Trump thing where we get people to go and take a shit at the houses of people like Nancy Pelosi and that. Like, take the lead of that homeless guy, and just get a movement going in both senses of the word.
It says, that's funny. It says, in a since deleted tweet, Arnold reportedly wrote, "Silent thoughts and prayers aren't enough for national treasure Hope Hicks. She needs to hear them." Then he shared what he said was her personal cell phone number. Sharing someone's cell phone number is a violation of Twitter's conduct rules. It's the reason Kanye West recently got locked out of his account. But Arnold's account has been active since the posting, enough that he even responded to reports he'd shared the phone number and appeared to defend himself. "I was being nice," he wrote in one posting about it. "I was being nice," Tom Arnold shares Hope Hicks' cell phone number after she tests positive. Tom Arnold shares Hope Hicks' cell number after she tests positive. I just read that. According to Twitter spokesperson, the company did not take any action against Arnold's account. In another tweet, hashtag Hicks' name, Arnold responded to an MSNBC produced list of White House officials who have traveled with the advisor to the president by saying, "I think Rudy Giuliani and Trump Sr. are the only two old enough to die. It is what it is." Jeez, man. It's just the absolute two-facedness of this is just, again, it's really staggering. It's really staggering.
You can feel the love, can't you?
Oh, my gosh.
You can feel the love and the tolerance.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yes, exactly. You can. I mean, that's like for this article here. Yeah, talking about love and tolerance, right? Trump COVID-19 diagnosis elicits cheers as resistant fails to realize a Mike Pence presidency would be their worst nightmare. It wouldn't be, but they freak out about it. But some of the tweets here: older male, overweight, the factors that make Trump more vulnerable to COVID-19. Shocking and shameful, the now deleted tweet was a reaction to President Trump's positive post. Piers Morgan said that. Let me go down here to some of the tweets. I think they're on here. But we never ever. I want to see if I have some of the tweets here. This is another weird thing about Simpson Strike Again. The image of Trump in a coffin. They've been right about a lot of stuff, so it's like kind of weird that they're. Oh, I thought this was going to share some of the tweets.
I hope they're not right about that.
No, I know. I hope not too. It's one of my conspiracy theories on the whole thing that maybe that's what they're playing at it. But basically that tweet was just, I just wanted to talk for the headline. I didn't want to go through that article. But like you're talking about the left, the tolerance of the left, how talking about hypocrisy again, how much they're raging, their hatred, their TDS is glowing like a nuclear freaking popsicle right now. Their hatred for Trump and how Twitter has just melted down with the news and said some of the most vile, terrible things, He's going to be fine unless they really did hit him with something that's really bad and it is going to totally F him up. If it's truly just COVID, he's going to be absolutely fine. And my what he's doing with this, we'll see when he comes out on the other side. If he comes out and he's like, it was no big deal, I was fine, I got the sniffles, moving on. It was fine, it was no big deal. It was absolutely, I'm fantastic, terrific, better than ever. Then we'll know that maybe that was maybe it was a ploy just to, I don't know. I don't know what the ploy is, but I know that if it's really COVID-19, we got nothing to worry about at all. Nothing to worry about at all.
Yeah, and being Trump too, of course, he will have had the hugest dose of COVID-19 that is possible to get. It will have been huge, the best dose, the biggest dose. It was beautiful.
It's terrific. It was wonderful. It was amazing. It's an amazing dose. It was the best dose. Yeah, I know this one here. This is another one that I kind of wanted to, I think, touch on. Oh yeah, here's another little article showing how they're ramping up for lockdown again. I mean, you're already seeing it on your end with the authoritarian stuff there, but I mean, there's all kinds of these articles. COVID-19's been in the news big time again, but like mass coronavirus outbreak, 770 students test positive for COVID-19 in just one university in Newcastle, England. You're going to start seeing more and more and more of these type of articles about people testing positive, COVID cases doubling across English cities and towns despite local lockdowns during the second wave of infections. This is just going to be the next new thing we see ramping back up, as we all predicted, as everyone knew was going to happen come the fall, that everyone was going to ramp it back up and get all hysterical about the COVID-19 again and get us all heading back for a lockdown. And that's one of the things I'm like, oh wow, I have to be careful because I don't want to offend. I don't really care if I offend people. You get offended. I've had my questions about what's Trump really doing. It's like, is this his way to, because he's flouted the mask mandate and now he's been told by handlers if he's being handled. I don't know if that's true. He's either not being handled and he truly is. It's him against the world, or it's a show that it's him against the world. It could be either one of those. We really don't know. Obviously, I want to say it isn't him again. It's not him playing a show, that it's him against the world. But if it is him playing a show, this is a perfect way for him now to get all of his followers on board with wearing masks that have been against it and been using him as a shining example. This is bullshit. Because that's the other narrative out there that Nancy Pelosi made sure to say that, well, if he would have wore his mask, this probably wouldn't have happened. I paraphrase, but basically everyone's saying it's his own fault for getting it, right? So it's like, is he going to come back out on the other side and say masks are important? If he comes out on the other side and says masks are very important and I encourage everyone to wear a mask, I was wrong not to wear a mask. At that point, I feel like I'm out. I feel like that will be the final straw. I've already had my issues with him pushing the vaccine. So I'm going to have real problems if he comes out on the other side of this and now is all over the seriousness of it. If he comes out on the other side and says it was no big deal, I was absolutely fine, that's going to help me out. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfectly. I agree with that. I don't think I would like to see Trump coming out and saying, yeah, everybody needs to wear masks and all this other BS. I mean, we now know enough about this virus to know that the hysteria that was whipped up in the early days when we're seeing what went on in China and we heard what went on in Italy and Spain, all of that stuff was massively overblown. The whole point of these lockdowns was about, what was it all about? Remember? Flattening the curve.
Right.
The curve was flattened. The curve was flattened by the fact that people didn't get sick. Like if you're a healthy person, you didn't get sick. And even if you did get sick and needed to go to hospital, you weren't ending up in intensive care. Right. So this whole thing, that the curve flattened itself by not making a lot of people sick that we were expecting that it would. So the reasoning for the lockdown, the continuation of the first lockdown, the reasoning was bullshit. But now we all know that it's bullshit. I mean, we are just being gaslit completely. Yeah. I expect that we'll probably get cut off this stream in a second for me saying that, but that's just the reality of it. We were told that we were told babies are going to get sick. They don't. Children are going to get sick. They don't. Or it's rare that they do. People in their 20s, 30s, 40s are going to be getting sick. And they're going to need hospitalization. That, generally speaking, is not true. In rare cases, it happens, but most of the time it doesn't. So it's not the number of cases. It's the issue. It is how many people are going to hospital, how many people are needing intensive care, how many people have to be put on ventilators, and how many people die.
And why is it only the right that's talking about that you have a 99.997 chance of being absolutely fine if you catch COVID? Why is nobody talking about the big numbers? They're always like, oh, the cases are going up. Oh, more people have tested positive. Oh, the cases are going up. Even if you're over 77, I think it's 94% of people, 95% of people over 77 are the ones you still have a 94% chance of being just fine. Those are pretty damn good odds right there, you know? And so, and the pumping up of the number, the dishonesty in the numbers of people that are, anybody who dies and has been tested for COVID, that are COVID death. There's so many holes. It's like Swiss fucking cheese, man. And nobody focuses on that. Everything's about the cases. Oh, more people are being tested. Oh, it's just hysteria. And so getting back to the Trump thing, if he doesn't come out and say, this was no big deal, I was fine, I had the sniffles, I'm completely okay, blah, 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 blah. If he comes out and says anything other than that, I'm going to have a real hard time believing he's truly on our side. That's just the honest truth.
I would still support him over Biden, but the support would be a lot less, and I would be, ramping up the prepping even more. I mean, I was saying to somebody recently, I think the state that we're in at the moment and how desperate it is the fact that all of us who are supporters of freedom are looking at Donald Trump saying, Donald Trump is the only hope that we have got left for the free world. Donald Trump.
I know,
he's not
right?
the guy that I'd want to be betting my life on.
I know,
but we
man.
are. We're betting our freedom on him.
Honestly, I think really we're doing that, and we should be thinking, we should all be rising up collectively, if I may use the word, and saying we're the only hope. Us rising up against this and pushing back in unison against this and against our authoritarian governments, putting it in, putting on. That's our only hope. And sadly, I'm not seeing this. And the 5D, I don't know if Modus was joking around. He's playing 5D chess or not, or if he was just joking on that. I don't buy into that stuff anymore, because you're going to see nothing happen with Hillary. You're going to see nothing happen with these new leaks that have happened that clearly, undeniably prove that falsity, that there was an attempted coup against Trump, and that coup's not done, guys. I'm doing some research on a color revolutions, kind of like what Glenn Beck talked about. I'm going to do my own series and thoughts on that in a couple videos coming up here in the next few days. We are in the midst of
whiteboard.
Yeah, I should. We're going to be in the middle of a coup, or we are in the middle of a coup. But the fact that Hillary and all of this FISA warrant stuff has been proven and nothing's happened, and it went from the Durham indictments, right, that were coming out, to the Durham report that's coming out. And there's nothing that's going to happen to Hillary on that. Mark my words on that. Nothing's going to happen to her. They're not going to do anything. So it's like, and there's not enough time to drop and make their case at this point. And everybody, if they were to drop it now, would say that's just Trump being an autocratic leader that is a dictator and is now arresting all these people because he wants to stay in power. He would have had to really start opening this up and doing it before to give enough time to really show the people, no, I'm not, this is the truth of what happened, and here's why it was bad, and these people are arrested. He doesn't have enough time to do that now. 30 days before the election. We don't have enough time to do that. That ship has passed. That ship has sailed. And so, and for him to come out on that right before he got COVID, he came out and said, it's a shame, it's a travesty that these people aren't arrested. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. We need this. There was a coup. There was an attack against us. Something needs to be done. And he's the president, and he's saying something. Well, then do something. Force your hand and make it happen. But he doesn't. He always puts it on Bill Barr, and he puts it on John Durham, and they haven't done it, and they haven't brought their report out. There's no more time for fucking around. We don't have enough time anymore. So the 5D stuff, no, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. This whole Q stuff, I'm sorry if that makes you mad if I got Q people in here. You got to wake up, man. It's up to us. It's not up to Trump. We can't just wait for the man to do it. If we want something to change, we've got to do it. We've got to say, this is this far and no farther. We're not taking this anymore. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's right. At some point, you have to say, trust the plan is no longer working, and I think that we are extremely close to that point. I mean, certainly, here in Australia, I mean, things are kind of critical where we are. I mean, if Trump is not on the side of freedom, then Australia is screwed. It's over for us. We won't be a free country.
No, and
it's critical for us, man. And like we are literally losing the capacity to talk. And we're at risk of arbitrary, detention. It's just, this is crazy. So I'm hoping that Trump gets his shit together soon. We need to start seeing the swamp drained. But these people have got to start getting done. We all know Hillary is a fraudulent criminal. She bought information from a Russian asset. She knew that she bought information from a Russian asset who was considered a security risk by American intelligence agencies.
Yeah.
We know Comey and Clapper and Brennan and all of these assholes were lying repeatedly and continually. They were going into the media and lying. They were leaking information that was lies. They did all of that stuff. The media are on board with it. These pieces of crap need to get taken down, you know, and and you're right, time's running out. There's no guarantee that Trump wins this election. I mean, the Democrats, we already see the evidence is out there that they're cheating to a degree that was predictable, a huge degree.
Oh,
but
beyond that even.
So there's no guarantee that Trump wins.
No, you're right.
So,
you're right.
you know, and if he doesn't win, obviously all of this stuff with, you know, Hillary and all of that just...
Doesn't matter.
That it's gone.
I think it's already gone, dude. I think all of that is just a Playhouse 90 to keep us holding on. And I hate to say that, but I feel like that's what's happening, and it's sad. And it's not going to happen, guys. That the cabal that we think was going to get taken down, it's not by Trump, not solely by Trump. It's going to take more than that. So, yeah.
I do agree that it's going to take a hell of a lot of people to just stand up and say, no, you know what, screw this.
Yeah.
You know, we're not taking this anymore. Because ultimately, you know, I remember I was saying this to people a couple of years ago, you know, I think I said it a couple of times in your live stream, you know, people were saying that you have the Constitution to defend you. It's the wrong way to look at it. It's a dangerous way to look at it. The Constitution's a bit of paper.
Yep.
You defend the Constitution, and then the Constitution defends you.
Right.
That's how it works. The Constitution in and of itself does absolutely nothing. It's an inert piece of paper that's got stuff written on it. That's it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Totally right. All right.
Sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to jump off.
I'm jumping off too. Okay. So let's say goodbye. Rational, thank you for hanging out, dude. I hope I can get you on again and you're not living out in the bush. I'm gonna get out of here too, but I appreciate everyone for hanging out. That was fun. You jumping on without any planning or whatnot. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
That was great to be here. I've been wanting to get on for a while and have a bit of a chat. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. It's been SJG Perspective live stream, whatever you want to call it, meme time, and with Rational. And he's Australian, so you know what? You don't get to see Australians very often, especially in Crocodile Dundee hats. So as I sign off, and I have Rational here, you guys know my tagline, without fear or animus, but it's also without fear of animals.
Without fear of animals.
That's right, because if you live in Australia, you got some animals to fear. So we'll do something... I'll do some videos tomorrow. Tomorrow's my Saturday. I don't got a lot going on, so I'm going to try to get some videos cranked out. And till next time, it's SJG Perspective. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye.
Stay safe, guys. Don't buy the propaganda.
Don't buy the propaganda. And